Welcome back. We are halfway through the competition, and we have a tight race here. Alamosa with 120 clinging to Pueblo County has a 10-point lead at 130. Lightning round right now. Before we go any further, though, Pueblo County does have a couple of substitutions. Let's take an opportunity to meet a couple of the Hornets here.
My name is John, and I'm a junior.
My name is Emma, and I'm a senior.
All right. Nice to see you guys again, and good luck. Now, in this lightning round, Alamosa, since they went second during the previous round, that means they get to go first in this round, and they actually get to select from the 4 categories as well. Before we do that, we want to lay down the rules where we have 60 seconds on the clock to answer all 10 of the questions. You can always pass to revisit that question if there's still time on the clock, but if you don't get to that question or something is answered incorrectly, that means the other team will then have 30 seconds to answer those questions and vice versa. So we understand what we're up against here. So let me give you the 4 categories, Alamosa, and you tell me what you would like to select. We have literary terminology. Give these technical terms for elements in works of literature. Second category, international classical music. In what present-day country were the creators of these musical works born? Third category, European museums. Given one or more museums, name the European city. And our final category, secondary colors. Give these answers that include a color made by mixing 2 primary colors. What do you think, Alamosa?
We'll take classical music.
All right, so it is international classical music. In what present-day country were the creators of these musicals works born? So we're going to put 60 seconds on the clock, and you can confer, you can huddle up, just answer through your captain. 60 seconds, international classical music, beginning now. Stars and Stripes Forever.
United States.
That is correct. The 1812 Overture.
Russia.
Russia is correct. The Revolutionary Etude and the Minute Waltz.
Poland.
Poland is correct. A heavily censored tone poem by Jean Sibelius, named for this country.
Finland.
Finland is right. Astor Piazzolla's Libertango.
Spain.
Oh, that one's incorrect. Let's go with the Butterfly Lovers Violin Concerto.
Italy.
That one's incorrect. The Ritual Fire Dance from the ballet Love the Magician.
Spain.
That is correct. Danson number 2.
France.
That one's incorrect. Chorus number 1 or Chorus number 1 by Eter Villalobos.
Mexico.
No, that one is incorrect. The Saber Dance from Guyana. Well, we're out of time. But you did put some more points on the board. Alamosa with 170 now. Pueblo County, you have an opportunity here with 30 seconds on the clock to answer any of these that they did not quite get to in the international classical music. You guys ready?
Yes.
Put 30 seconds on the clock, beginning now. Astor Piazzolla's Libertango.
Argentina.
That is correct. The Butterfly Lovers Violin Concerto.
Russia.
That one's incorrect. Danson number 2.
Hungary.
That one's incorrect. Choros number 1 or chorus number 1 by Eter Villalobos.
France.
No, that one is incorrect. The Saber Dance from Guyana.
Armenia.
Armenia is correct. So you put some points on the board. If you were looking for those answers, we were looking for China. It was the Butterfly Lovers Dance. Ritual Fire, you got correct. The Danzón was Mexico, and the Choros was Brazil. But as it stands right now, Pueblo County 150, Alamosa 170. You have an opportunity now for the lightning round to select from the remaining 3 categories. Let's see what we have here. We begin with literary terminology. Give the technical terms for elements and works of literature. European museums. Given one or more of these museums, name the European city. And secondary colors. Give these answers that include a color made by mixing 2 primary colors.
Secondary colors, please.
Secondary colors is. I'm going to put 60 seconds on the clock. Secondary colors beginning now. A California county that contains Anaheim.
Orange County.
Is correct. Brand that released the album American Idiot.
Pass.
Excuse me, I meant to say band. Sorry about that. U.S. military decoration for those wounded in action.
Purple Heart.
That is correct. Netflix series about a woman's prison.
Orange is the new black.
Yeah.
Yes.
Orange is defensive line for the 1970s Minnesota Vikings.
Pass.
Fitness club chain founded by Ellen Latham that emphasizes heart rate.
Orange Theory.
Correct. Nickname for documentation of U.S. legal permanent residency.
Green Card.
Yes. YouTube series featuring Pear and Grandpa Lemon.
Pass.
1984 power ballad that begins, I never meant to cause you any sorrow.
Deep Purple.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Territory whose capital is Nuuk.
Greenland.
That is correct. And you passed on band that released the album American Idiot.
Green Day.
That is correct. We'll give you that because I read that a little slow and I messed up. So that concludes at least your turn, but we have 30 seconds on the clock for Alamosa to answer a couple of questions that you did not get to, although you're clinging to that 220 to 170 lead. Have a chance to get even closer here, Alamosa. Once again, secondary colors give the answers that include a color made by mixing two primary colors. Alamosa, you ready? All right, beginning now. Defensive line for the 1970s Minnesota Vikings.
Pass.
YouTube series featuring Pear and Grandpa Lemon.
Annoying Orin.
That is correct. 1984 power ballad that begins, I never meant to cause you any sorrow.
Purple Rain.
That is correct. And back to the pass that you had there. Defensive line for the 1970s Minnesota Vikings. Time is up. We were looking for the Purple People Eaters. But you put some more points on the board. Alamosa with 190, Pueblo County with 220. Still plenty of game to be played here. We're going to find out in the final round who advances to the finals. You're watching Rocky Mountain Quiz Kids. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Time now for our final challenge of the semi-final matchup. It's a 3-minute buzz-in round, similar to the first round, but this time around, the correct answers are worth 20 points. Remember, not a conferring round, so when you buzz in, you must answer the questions within 5 seconds. If it's incorrect, then the other team will then have a chance to answer that same question. Understood what we're up against, teams? All right, Pueblo County, Alamosa. Final round beginning now. According to tradition, throwing a coin over one's shoulder into what fountain in Rome ensures that one will return to the city? Emma.
The Trevi Fountain.
Trevi Fountain is correct. Next question. What man who staged a failed raid of the Moncada Barracks? Axel.
John Brown.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. The rest of the question is against the dictatorship of Fulgencio Batista led a successful revolution in Cuba in 1959. Madeline.
Castro.
Castro is correct. Next question. What Indian mathematician who was advised by G.H. Hardy identified 1729, a taxi cab number, as the sum of two different pairs of perfect cubes? Madeline.
Vos.
Sorry, that's incorrect. Pueblo County. We were looking for Ramanawan. Okay, the next question here. What seer from Greek mythology was cursed with blindness and had Madeline?
Tiresias.
Sorry, incorrect. He had his food continually stolen by harpies until he was rescued by the Argonauts. Pueblo County. Axel?
Testicles.
No, we were looking for Phineas. Next question. What victor of the Battle of Boyacá served as the first president of Gran Colombia and was a South American? Axel.
Simon Bolivar.
Bolivar is correct. Next question. What team led by Sam Reinhart and goaltender Sergei Brabovsky overcame 3 straight losses against Edmonton to win the 2024 Stanley Cup Finals? Axel.
The Oilers.
I'm sorry, incorrect. Want to give it a try, Alamosa? Julie?
Avalanche.
Nice try, but we're looking for Florida Panthers. What scientist who verified James Clerk at Maxwell's predictions by first detecting radio waves also names the SI unit for frequency, abbreviated HZ? Axel?
Hertz.
Hertz is right. A bridge party named for football player Pat Tillman, partly named for football player Pat Tillman, overlooks what landmark whose construction formed the reservoir of Lake Mead? Eloise?
Hoover Dam.
Hoover Dam is correct. What youngest daughter of King Lear is banished after refusing? Madeline?
Cordelia.
Cordelia is correct. What song, the lead single off of Harry's House, is a 2022 hit by Harry Styles, whose 3-word title follows the lyrics? Chris?
As it was.
As it was is correct. What man, the only U.S. president to never marry, had a close bond with William Rufus? Axel.
McKinley.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Wesley?
James Buchanan.
Buchanan is correct. What organelle that contains stacks of discs called granite, as well as Madeline?
Chloroplast.
Chloroplast is correct. What female Chilean poet of the... Actually, we are out of time. We just had the buzzer. And that brings us to the conclusion of this round. That means that Alamosa's 290 points, stacking up against Pueblo County's 300, and that's how it ends. That means that Pueblo County is headed to the finals. Congratulations on your victory. Alamosa, congratulations on a great run, even up until this last minute. We appreciate you being here. We hope you enjoyed yourself as well, the two-time defending champions. Thank you for being here. We hope you at home enjoyed the competition today. Be sure to tune in next week for the finals, the final round of the Rocky Mountain Quiz Kids. You can catch it right here, 5:30 on Sunday, SoCo CW. Hope to see you then.